Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel, History Chronicles. As the French Revolution unfolded, it was marked by moments of both incredible hope and unspeakable horror. The September massacres of 1792 stand as one of the darkest chapters in this period, a brutal and chilling reminder of how fear and paranoia can turn revolutionary fervor into a bloodbath. Imagine Paris in early September 1792. The city is a cauldron of tension and anxiety. France is at war with several European powers, and the revolutionary government is under immense pressure. Rumors of royalist plots and foreign invasions are spreading like wildfire, creating a sense of imminent danger among the revolutionaries. The atmosphere is thick with fear and suspicion, and the line between friend and foe has become dangerously blurred. At the heart of this tension is the Prussian army, which is advancing towards Paris. The threat of an invasion looms large, and many Parisians fear that if the Prussians reach the city, they will restore the monarchy and exact brutal revenge on the revolutionaries. The revolutionary government, already struggling to maintain control, faces the terrifying prospect of an enemy within, those who are still loyal to the king and could betray the revolution at any moment. In this volatile environment, the prisons of Paris are filled with thousands of people accused of being enemies of the revolution. Many of them are aristocrats, clergymen, and suspected royalists, but there are also ordinary people who have been swept up in the revolutionary zeal. The fear that these prisoners might join forces with the invading Prussians and help them retake the city drives the revolutionary leaders to take drastic measures. On September 2nd, 1792, a group of sans-culottes, radical working-class revolutionaries, stormed the prisons of Paris. Fueled by fear, anger, and a desire for justice, they begin a systematic and brutal slaughter of the prisoners. The massacre is not a spontaneous outburst of violence, but rather a calculated and organized purge. Revolutionary leaders like Jean-Paul Marat and Georges Danton, though not directly involved, are accused of encouraging the violence through their inflammatory rhetoric. The bloodshed continues for several days. Prisoners are dragged from their cells and subjected to hasty and brutal trials, often little more than a formality before they are executed. Men, women, and even children are slaughtered, their bodies left to rot in the streets. The violence is so extreme that even some of the most hardened revolutionaries are horrified by the carnage. The September massacres result in the deaths of over 1,000 people, though the exact number is still debated by historians. The brutality of the killings shocks the nation and the world, casting a dark shadow over the revolution. The massacre is a turning point that signals the beginning of the Reign of Terror, a period in which fear and violence become the primary tools of the revolutionary government. The massacre also deepens the divisions within the revolutionary movement. Some see the violence as a necessary and justified act of defense against counter-revolutionaries, while others view it as a monstrous betrayal of the revolution's ideals. The events of September 1792 reveal the dangerous path that the revolution is taking, where paranoia and suspicion override justice and reason. In the aftermath of the massacre, the revolutionary government faces a difficult task: justifying the violence to both the French people and the international community. The September massacres tarnish the image of the revolution, making it harder to claim the moral high ground in the struggle against the monarchies of Europe. The killings also serve as a grim warning of what can happen when a society is gripped by fear and mistrust. As we reflect on the September massacres, it's important to remember the human cost of the revolution. The ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity were meant to create a better society, but the events of September 1792 show how easily those ideals can be corrupted by fear and violence. In our next episode, we will explore the rise of the Jacobins, a radical political group that would come to dominate the revolution and lead it down an even more extreme path. Thank you for joining us in this episode of History Chronicles. Stay tuned as we continue to delve into the dramatic and often tragic events of the French Revolution. See you next time.